So I waited, I waited a couple days, and then Google got back to me and said that you are not eligible for this award. And I was like, okay, so why am I not? I was pretty upset. So I was attaching to this thing because somehow I needed validation. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to disclose one of my own personal testimonials using a very powerful technique, and it was actually something that Neville Goddard taught my grandfather at the Wilshire Ebell Theater, and it was the knot technique. The knot technique is turning out to be a very powerful technique, which I've already have hundreds, if not thousands, of testimonials recently on this, which all the other coaches and all the other channels, they don't really talk about this because they don't really know about it. But I happen to know about it because of my grandfather and my grandfather knowing Neville Goddard. So I'm starting to come out with more of these testimonials. So I want to practice this myself. And as I keep seeing results, I want to keep sharing them with you guys. That way, when you guys use this, you have something to go off of, because it doesn't even matter if you believe that it's going to work. It's going to work. Okay. So your belief is not necessary in the law itself. Your beliefs in the law itself does not matter. The only thing that matters is if you are actually taking the steps that I'm giving you and actually applying this and being a doer and not just a hearer only. That is the only thing required. You don't need to believe that it's going to happen. It will happen if you do it right. It does not matter. All right, guys, so before I get into my testimonial, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the subconscious mind and why this technique is so powerful. All right, so the first thing about the subconscious mind is it's non-selective, okay? It's impersonal, only knows what you tell it through your feeling states, and it doesn't understand the word not. So if you say, I will not climb a ladder, if you're saying, I will not climb a ladder, you're automatically imaging to the subconscious mind that you are actually climbing that ladder. And have you ever noticed when you absolutely do not want something to happen, that it actually happens? Like when you say, like in your mind, you're not actually saying it, but you're thinking it, but like, I really don't want this to happen. I don't want this bill to come, or I don't want this person to come, or I don't want this person to call me, or I don't want to do this. And it happens. It attracts it to you because you're telling the subconscious mind that you actually have the thing. When you say, I don't want something, and you have this feeling that you don't actually want it, it brings it to you. And that's where the knot technique comes in. This is where Neville Goddard was actually really onto something powerful, which I just determined using this myself. And I know that everyone out there has had that situation in your life where you didn't want something to happen so badly, and it actually brought the thing close to you, like almost instantly, like it's bringing it, it's like a magnet. You know, when you say, I don't want this to happen, I hate this thing, I don't want it to happen, I don't want this person around me, or I don't want that to happen, and it absolutely happens like faster than it ever would have happened because you're detached from it. You're detaching, you're telling the subconscious mind now that you have that thing. Whatever it is that you don't want and you hate, you're attracting that thing to you. So when you start hating, you start not wanting money, and you start hating money, that's when it will be brought to you. That's when you're tricking the subconscious mind to believe that you already have that you want it. If you're basically saying, I want this in my life, to the subconscious mind, it's going to bring it to you. All right, guys, so now I'm going to share with you my own personal testimonial, how I used the knot technique to get something that I really, really actually wanted. And it was actually, I was very attached to this thing that I found out later. Once I observed it and I did the knot technique, it detached me from the result of it, and I ultimately got it. But it was something very, very important that I needed to be validated for, or whatever reason that I discovered later. But everyone knows that recently my channel hit 100,000 subscribers. And when a channel hits 100,000 subscribers, they are eligible for the silver play button. It's a creator award that every YouTuber gets unless they have some issue with, their content, that doesn't meet the guidelines. Okay, so what I did was when I hit 100,000, I think it was like 105,000, I contacted YouTube or Google, and I said I would like to apply for my creator award. So I waited, a couple days, and then Google got back to me and said that you are not eligible for this award. And I was like, okay, so why am I not? I was pretty upset. So I was attaching to this thing because somehow I needed validation, for getting the creator award. Like my ego was attached to it, like, oh, I deserve this. I worked so hard for this. I did this. Why am I not, but they told me that I had, because recently I had uploaded a video about a prayer for people with COVID, and I was visualizing to help the COVID situation. And they told me, and they took the video down immediately and gave me a guideline strike or a warning for a strike. And this was the reason why they weren't going to give me the award. So I was like, okay, so I was like, all right, that's fine. So I went into my imagination. After this happened, I disregarded the 3D. Like immediately I was like, okay, so I'm going to figure this out, and I don't care what they say, I'm going to get the award. I'm going to get it somehow. I'm going to, because I am very good at getting things that I want to get in life, because I know Neville Goddard, I know his techniques, and if there's something in the 3D world, I can just disregard that and I can create a visual scene, or I can use a technique to get it back. But I found that I was very attached to this creator award. Like I needed to be validated. My ego was very attached to this thing, so it was pushing it away, because the more you want something, the more you're telling the subconscious mind that you don't have this thing. So the more you want something, I gotta have this, I deserve this, my ego is attached to this, I need this right now. So basically I was just shoving this thing away from me completely. Like I wasn't going to get it, so I had to release all that. And what I found was the best technique for this would be the knot technique. And I coupled the knot technique with Nikola Tesla's 369 method, which I would write this down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and then 9 times at night. Well, I mean, I would have them mixed up a little bit, where it wasn't first thing in the morning or right in the afternoon, or I just made sure I did it right before I went to bed. But I did it 3 times, 6 times, and then 9 times throughout the day. Then I went to sleep. Okay, so I did this for 3 days. When I would wake up in the morning, like sometime in the morning, I would write down, I do not want the Creator Award because I already have it. And I'm detached from it, and I would play the scene out in my mind as I was doing. I would feel it, I'd feel that I was intentionally detaching myself from that result. Like, I do not want this. Why do I want? And then I disconnected my ego from the whole thing. I don't need that, really. I don't need it. And even if I had it right now, I was thinking to myself, even if I had it right now, I'd throw it in the trash. I don't want it. It's no big deal to me. I'll toss the thing in the trash. Okay. So I wrote it down. I do not want this because I already have it. And then in the afternoon, I wrote it down 6 times. I do not want this thing. I do not want this Creator Award because I already have it. I'm detached from it. Then right before I went to sleep, I did it again. But before I went to sleep at night, I would visualize one of my family. I had the plaque on my arms, and I was showing one of my family members, and I said, "Look, and congratulations." They're congratulating me very intently. So I felt that relief as I'm falling asleep, as if I already had that. So I really took this to the next level with Neville Goddard and the ladder exercise, where I'm saying I don't want something because I already have it. And then before I went to sleep, I'm visualizing, I'm creating a scene, just a quick scene. It was like a 30-second, maybe 2 minutes of this, and then falling right to sleep, or just laying down, forgetting all about it, just collecting that feeling state of relief of already having it, visualizing, I'm holding it, I'm feeling it, feeling the actual award and holding it and everything like that, and falling asleep. So I did this the following day. The second day, did the same exact thing, wrote it down. I do not want the Creator Award because I already have it. Then the 6, I wrote it down 6 times, and then 9 times before I went to sleep. Then I visualized real quick one of my family members, congratulating me on it. And I'm actually holding it in my arms. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. Relief. Just the relief, not so much the excitement, but the relief of already having it and then drifting off to sleep. Not a real exciting thing, but just someone congratulating me on actually getting it. And I pushed it up a little bit too, like the timeline I pushed up, not the initial when it actually gets at the door when I first got it, but I pushed it a little bit further ahead, where one of my family members, I'm showing them and they're actually congratulating me. So I'm writing this down 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, and then visualizing before I go to sleep. Okay, I did this for 3 nights, and on the 4th day, which was last Sunday, Google contacted me, said they're giving me the Creator Award, and it's on the way. And I'm actually going to. It's actually going to land on my doorstep tomorrow. And I'll make another video so you guys can actually see the award. But I was just so excited about this this manifestation using this technique, and how powerful it was, and how fast it worked, and how it just superseded the 3D. Even though the 3D was like, no, you can't have this. I mean, most people would have accepted that and said, okay, I'm never going to get this award. I'm absolutely never going to get this award, and just let it go. But not me at all. I'd never do. If I really want something, I know that I can get it, and I will get it, because I know that imagination creates reality, and that anyone can actually use this and be a doer of the word and actually do this for anything that you want in your life. And I am a testament to this and creating anything that I want in my life. And everyone out there can use this as well. And this is something that you can apply in your life today to create anything that you want in your life. And it does not matter what happens in your 3D world. If someone says you can't have this, or you're not going to get this, you can tell them, you want to know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm not going to get that. But then go your own way, use your imagination, create something, detach from it, and use this knot technique coupled with the Nikola Tesla 369. Visualize before you go to sleep that you already have it. Feel that relief of it. So write it down 3 times in the morning. I don't want this because I already have it. 6 times, I don't want this because I already have it. 9 times, I already have this. I don't want it. And then right before you go to sleep at night, visualize that you already have it. A quick 30-second scene, and then just let the thing go. Let it go, because that's what this technique does. The knot technique, it detaches you from the result of it. So you're impressing, or you're tricking, you're hacking the subconscious mind to believe that you already have that. So something's going to happen in your 3D world, like whatever happened. I didn't ask Google why they still sent it to me. I just accepted the voucher. Then I'm claiming my prize. So I don't ask any questions. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's going to be something that's going to change. Like in the guidelines themselves, something may have changed to where I'm actually eligible for it now, and they reached out to me. I didn't even have to do anything. I didn't have to make any calls. I didn't have to do this. They reached out to me, and then I got the Creator Award. So you can use this for anything that you want in your life. And I'm actually creating, I'm going to create a new course on Neville book about the knot technique. So if you're having any issues, you need any more guidance on this, or somebody to hold you accountable for actually taking the steps, because if you take the steps, you will get results. So if you need somebody to hold you accountable for actually doing this so you can follow through with it, I will do that. I'm gonna open up the course, and I'm gonna do like DM coaching like after each lesson, so you can sign up for it. I'm actually doing the VIP Neville Goddard course in there, where you can sign up for that, and after each lesson, you can DM me, and I will, at any time during the day, you can DM message me, and I will respond to you, and I will tell you exactly, what you're doing wrong, or what you should do here, or maybe you should go take this other free course to where you can do this, and the other that'll lead you up to being able to do this. So I hold you accountable for each action, or each step, to make sure you do it. And if you're having any issues, I'll walk you through that, per lesson. All right, guys, I love you guys very much, and you guys can find that in the link in the description below. I'm also doing other types of coaching. If you guys want to follow up on anything, you guys can just reach out to me on my website. And you will find all those links in the description below to my coaching and Neville book, where I have the DM coaching or the live phone coaching. I also have that. You'll find those in the links in the description below. But I just want to say, I do give all the information out in my videos for free. But if you are just one of those people that are just on the edge of just being a hearer and not a doer, and you need someone to hold you accountable, I will be happy to do that. All right, guys, I love you guys very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow.